What's up guys, this is Kevin O'Toole and this is my week 2 beta phase video for IPD term 1504. Okay, so I will say I did continue to code all throughout the vacation and up until 5 minutes ago when I decided okay, it's time to stop and get this video uploaded. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my app right now. I'm using the AirDrop, the AirPlay, so that this way it's my actual phone that's using it, so I can use some of the features on it. So I have my most current code uploaded to my phone. As you can see, I added a logout button. I did have a third tab, which I just took the segue off it for right now, so it's not showing it, and it's the only thing that I haven't finished working on. But the third tab is going to be the user settings tab, and in that tab they can update their username, update their password as long as they're logged in through username and password. Um, Otherwise, if they're logged in through Facebook or Twitter, they'll be able to add their first and last name, as their profile settings. And then I will have here above the logout button, it's going to say welcome, and the username. But right now, I was having a lot of issues when I was querying the information from the PF user from Parse, and I was trying to tell if they were logged in through Twitter or if they were logged in through Facebook, and then I would get my text fields to populate in the settings screen, and then when I would log out and log in through a different user or different Facebook, the settings that were loaded previously from the previous login user was still populating. So I was having a lot of glitches with it, so I decided to comment it out. And then I actually worked on, for the last maybe 20 minutes, I worked on the camera function again from last week that I was having issues with the duplication of the folders in the custom folder. Thanks to Ryan and Matt to their tips, I was able to get that working. Okay, so big changes this week. Right now, if they click on any of the 3 categories, so clicking on vegetables, you can see I now have the categories in sections, and don't mind the names of the vegetables in the bottom 2 sections. That was just me typing quick just to get it to see if it works. So now I have it that if there is a vegetable or a fruit or an herb, depending on what category they're in, if there is something the user has that is not part of the list, they can then add it. And here you can see it's broken down by the app's vegetables, it's broken down by the user's vegetables, and then it's broken down by other users that have the app that have clicked a shared button, and it will share it with other users in the app. So clicking here on the top, they can add, and this right here is what took me the most amount of time, probably about 3 days worth of coding and work and all that. So right now, they would fill in all the categories, and just going through, filling everything. I do have AV capture view, which it's pretty much set up to what the header will be for the picture. So it's pretty much the size. So if they were to take a picture, it'll populate it in the image view. Here above that you can see where the little checkbox is if they want to allow users to view this item or not. Going through here, I do have on either of the save buttons, there's one at the top and one at the bottom. I have a lot of errors on here, so if they're missing whatever required information, it'll let them know, and it goes in order from top to bottom. So if they're missing the name and they have it in, or if they're missing the category, some of these checkboxes only allow them to choose one category. However, like on the zones, they can choose multiple categories. So here we have full, partial, or normal or low. It only allows them to choose one. Everything else is text fields. When they do save, it clears everything out and resets it back to the way it was, and then it adds that to their list. So then clicking on any of the items in the list will bring up the detail view again. And here we just have the same detail view. Clicking on any of the user's items, it'll bring up whatever they loaded in here. I was just typing one letter just to get this to work. And same thing with the users that have also shared their information. That all pops up as well. And that works for the same for herbs or for fruits. I didn't do much with the growing zone. That was pretty much set to where I had it. I am going to possibly be breaking this down into sections as well, which would have, when they click on the growing zone in this, it'll have the sections of, the apps recommended plus the users. But that's something I'm still toying around with, whether or not I want that to go there or not. Um, Clicking on my garden, it's pretty much the same. It's just the user's garden. And then here it still has the information that was, when it was planted, transplant date, and all that. This is the only screen that I haven't made editable yet, but this is something I'm going to be working on during the testing phase before the release candidate, is to have this screen edited so they can edit the date added and it'll update all the other information accordingly. Going back to tips and tricks, I have updated this. Here we can either add a tip at the top, or you can go back, or they can click on their tip and it allows them to edit it. They can then edit it, it would save, and their tip has been edited. So then we can go back. So we'll go back home. Here is where I have the taking a photo. So taking a photo, and we'll capture a photo, and I have adjusted this view also. Now it has a save image button, plus I added the Facebook and Twitter share icons, so it looked looks a lot cleaner than it did previously. Here they can still retake or clear the photos, and then saving it. We'll save it to the photo album, and thanks to the input from Matthew and Ryan, it does save it to the same folder now instead of recreating and duplicating the folder over and over and over again. Other than that, I still have a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to the login, log out. The edit preferences, and then a few other edits on here, and tweaking the UI a little bit just to make it a little bit more user friendly. Adding that welcome user label and stuff like that. But it's just been non-stop coding for the last 2 weeks up until right now. It is 11:06 p.m. Well, I hope everybody had a great vacation. I hope everybody has a great week this week, and I look forward to seeing everybody's app, and I will talk to you guys later.